What's up, guys? Guess what? In the 350. Got a high lift jack, the dangerous one if you've seen the previous episode. But I'm gonna go and meet my friend who put some tires on some wheels, swapped them out. I'm gonna go out to a spot. I gotta drive a little bit to get there. Realistically, I should tow this thing just in case, but my truck and trailer's not hooked up. I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna meet up with my buddy Sterling, who swapped the tires on the rims for me. Grab a couple of those just in case something happens to these. And now that I'm talking to you guys and thinking about it, I need to take an extra one as well, just in case something happens to one of the fronts. So I'll take the other RX-8 wheel, the single one that I had now, because you know I took another one for the front. So I'll take the RX-8 wheel for the front, and then we'll meet up with him, grab the two others, head out to the spot, and see what it'll do. Stick with me. So, since that wheel blew out on the 350, got another one, you know, because I had 4 of them. The 2 was in the front for the steer wheels, but you know these other 2, they were going to be for the back so I could burn them off and use them for drift tires, but having to get rid of one of them to put on the front just to keep those steer tires going. And just for reference, this is the type of shape that these wheels were in, the RX-8 wheels, that one blew out on me. So like I have no idea what happened with that wheel. So I'm going to show you guys the spot. After driving down this road in the middle of nowhere for a long time, you eventually make it to this dirt rock road combination. You have to drive down this rough ass road for 3 miles out here in the middle of nowhere, and then eventually you end up here to this paved little boat ramp area in the middle of nowhere. And usually there's no one here. Like, there's never anyone here. Looks like I've picked the wrong day to come. But yeah, it's kind of wild that people are actually here, because as you can see on the ground, this is where everyone comes to drift at. Well, after I finally got out here to the drift spot, and it took me so long, I think I finally found what the actual issue is. Down here, on the back side of this, right here, it looks like that adjustment screw, I couldn't tell what exactly was going on. I mean, obviously it's got a little bit of room. I can almost get my finger in there. Let me try my pinky. Kind of. But anyway, if you follow the wheel, I think maybe the wheel weight is sticking out and hitting this. So as you can see, guys, like this place, it's out in the middle of nowhere. You can do as much as you want for as long as you want. No one ever calls the cops. But unfortunately, I must have picked a bad day to come, because there's a bunch of people that's actually using this place for what it is. It's a boat ramp out in the middle of nowhere. And when I drove in front of those trucks down there to turn around, it looks like there was some hillbillies partying redneck style out there and left all kind of broken bottles and trash and all of that. So I'm not able to utilize this space, because you know, if I crash into any of these cars, some serious trouble. Plus, if I try to do it in this area just right here, which is fine, like I would do this, but if one of them hear it, they come back up here, they might call the police on me. Alright, so while I was under there, I seen that these wheels, the power steering line, I don't even think this is turned all the way, but you know, it's rubbing a little bit. So I need to get that out of the way. So I'm wondering if it's just these RX-8 wheels with the offset that they are, I don't think they were that much different than a factory 350 wheel, but maybe it's just enough to not work. And maybe I'll have to pull these off there, put 350 wheels in the front, or maybe those other 17s that had the bad tires, like put some good tires on them. And then just use these, put back there to burn off. All right, so ended up getting some spacers from Amazon. See how they do. So basically, the RX-8 wheels, they're 50 offset, 50 millimeter, and the factory 350 is 30 offset. So it's a 20 millimeter difference. I got 25 millimeter spacers just to give it like a little extra. And if it pushes the wheels too far out to where it hits the fenders, I'll either roll the fenders or just hack them off, because it's a drift car. So yeah. So, wouldn't you know it, always stuff finding. These are the studs from the car. These are the studs from the spacer. As you can see, they're way too long. So, I'm gonna have to cut these. So I threw a nut on the stud to hold this tight to the hub. Took a paint pen and just colored as close as I could on each one all the way around, so that I'm able to pull this off here and know exactly where I need to cut. Now take this nut off, pull the adapter off. Now you can see on the thread where it needs to be cut. Take the lug nuts, put it back on, thread it all the way down. Then the reason why you want to thread this all the way down is so that it's far enough away that you don't hit it with a grinder or cut off wheel, whatever you're using to cut these off. And once you get it cut off, your threads are going to be, messed up, so you kind of want to taper or bevel the ends. And when you back this off, it's going to make the threads nice and clean, so that the lug nuts will go on and off the stud without getting bound up. Alright, so now we just need to go back through and clean up around, bevel the edges, and then pull those lugs off and good to go. Now if you back the nut off, cleans those threads up as you back it off. If you spin it backwards a couple times, that'll normally let you find where the threads are at. Okay. Tighten this thing all the way down by hand if I need to. It's a nice little trick doing that. See? Now they're all nice and flush. If you don't do this, the studs will stick into the back of your wheel when you put the wheel on. You need the back of the wheel to sit flush against this as if it would be the actual hub. So that's why these can't stick out past where the spacer's at. Alright, she's back down. Looks like we got some gap there. Let's fire it up, turn the wheels, and see what we see. Alright, so here's the driver's side. I can get my fingers under there. Let's see what it did for this down here. Oh yeah, that is much better. This is the passenger side from the back. As you can see, this tie rod, it's got notched out. This is backed off, the threads are messed up. So I went ahead and ordered some new tie rod ends, but they'll be alright for now. All right, so now we're gonna take it for a test drive and go pick up some lunch. Oh, lunch was good. On the way there and back, turning all the way to the left, all the way to the right. I would turn like really sharp around a couple of the corners, and I don't hear anything, so should be good. Now let's cut a couple donuts here in the lot. You know, I don't have a whole lot of room here, but this is really just to see if I hear anything, walk up some donuts and have some fun. Oh man, that first one kind of scared me because as soon as I got it sideways, that high lift jack slid over and hit the door, like wasn't thinking, so it kind of spooked me whenever it hit. I was like, oh. That was a blast. You know, thank you guys for sticking with me. I know I've got a whole lot of projects going on. You know, we've got the LS3 BRZ, we got the drift car, we got Chick-fil-A, 64 Impala. I'm working on all kind of stuff, you know, on top of running my business. But, you know, next video, we're finally gonna be able to take the drift car out and go to the spot. So stick with me. Thanks. Love you guys. Peace.